Welcome back to Thread Whispers. Ever had someone hijack your life for their own feel-good moment? Today's story will absolutely blow your mind. It's about a mother who thought she knew what was best for her daughter, but ended up revealing something much darker about herself. This Reddit confession involves prom night, social media manipulation, and a daughter who finally saw her mother's true colors. Trust me, this one's going to hit you right in the feelings. So buckle up because we're diving into a story that'll make you question everything about good intentions gone horribly wrong. So let's start. The memory still burns through me like wildfire, even though it's been years since my senior year. Some wounds don't heal, they just teach you who people really are beneath their smiling masks. I was 18 then, navigating the final stretch of high school with quiet confidence. The birthmark that painted half my face had been my constant companion since birth, along with the constellation of scars left behind by multiple surgeries. Add to that my deafness, and you'd think I'd be drowning in self-pity. But honestly, I wasn't. I had carved out my own space in the world, surrounded by a small circle of friends who saw me for who I was, not what I looked like or couldn't hear. Prom season arrived like it does every spring, a tornado of tulle, tuxedo rentals, and teenage drama. While my classmates obsessed over corsages and dinner reservations, I watched from the sidelines with genuine indifference. The whole spectacle just wasn't my scene. Besides, the money could be better spent on college preparations. I was perfectly content with my decision to skip the festivities entirely. That contentment shattered one evening in April. Exactly 1 week before the big night, I found my mother waiting for me in the living room, practically vibrating with excitement. Her smile stretched so wide it looked painful. Her eyes held that particular gleam that usually preceded what she considered her most brilliant ideas. My stomach dropped even before she opened her mouth. "Sweetheart," she began, her voice dripping with forced sweetness that made my skin crawl. "I have the most wonderful surprise for you." The word surprise from my mother had never led anywhere good. I settled into the chair across from her, every muscle in my body tensing for whatever blow was coming. "I got you a date for prom." She clapped her hands together like a child who just solved world hunger. The words hit me like a physical force. My throat constricted. "You what?" Her smile never wavered. "I know you said you didn't want to go, but I couldn't bear the thought of you missing out on such an important milestone. So I talked to Linda. You remember Linda from book club, and her son is just the sweetest boy. He's been through such a hard time with his leukemia treatments. We thought it would be absolutely perfect if you two went together. Two young people who've overcome such challenges, finding joy together." The room seemed to tilt sideways. "You signed me up to go to prom with a complete stranger?" "Not a stranger. Linda's son. His name is Marcus, and he's such a brave young man. We've already coordinated everything, the corsage, the dinner reservations, even a lovely photo shoot beforehand. Linda and I thought it would make the most beautiful story. Two young people who've overcome such challenges, finding joy together on prom night." My throat felt like it was closing. "Mom, I don't even know this person." "But you will. That's the beauty of it. And honey, the photos we're planning are going to be absolutely stunning. I've already started putting together a collage for social media. The response is going to be so heartwarming." That's when it clicked. The real horror of what she'd done. "You've already posted about this online?" Her enthusiasm dimmed slightly, but only for a moment. "Well, just a preview. People are so excited to see how this beautiful story unfolds." I stared at her, feeling like I was seeing my own mother clearly for the first time. "Let me get this straight. You arranged a prom date for me without asking, with someone I've never met. You coordinated our entire evening, and you announced it to the internet like we're characters in some feel-good movie? I just wanted you to have this experience, sweetheart. Every girl deserves to go to prom." The rage that had been building in my chest finally found its voice. "Why? Because you think this is my only chance?" She blinked, clearly not expecting the question. I didn't say that. You didn't have to, but let me ask you directly. Is this because I'm deaf? Because of my scars? Because you think no one would actually choose to take me? The silence that followed was deafening, and not because of my hearing loss. I watched her face cycle through expressions: surprise, guilt, defensiveness, and finally stubborn refusal to acknowledge what she'd revealed about her own perceptions. That's not, I just thought it would be sweet, she said weakly. Sweet. I repeated the word like it tasted bitter. You thought it would be sweet to treat me like a charity case, to parade me around with another person you see as damaged goods so everyone can feel good about how inspiring we are. You're being dramatic. Am I? Or am I finally seeing clearly? I stood up, my hands trembling with anger and hurt. You didn't do this for me, Mom. You did this for your social media moment, for your chance to be the mother who orchestrated some heartwarming story that makes people feel good about themselves. That night I made the calls. I canceled the dinner reservation. I returned the dress that had mysteriously appeared in my closet. And I prepared to face the most difficult conversation of all. Marcus answered on the second ring. His voice was soft, nervous, and painfully hopeful. Hi, I began, my heart breaking with every word I had to say. I think we need to talk about prom. The conversation that followed was one of the most mortifying experiences of my life. Not because of Marcus, he was everything his mother had claimed, genuinely kind and understanding. No, the mortification came from having to explain that I hadn't chosen any of this, that I was as much a victim of our mother's orchestration as he was. I'm so sorry, he said when I finished explaining. When my mom told me you wanted to go with me, I was actually excited, not because of the circumstances, but because she said you were really cool. The kindness in his voice made everything worse. I'm sorry too. This isn't how anyone should find out they're going to prom. For what it's worth, he said quietly, I think what your mom did was really messed up. You seem like someone who can make her own decisions just fine. After I hung up, I sat in my room staring at the wall, processing the full scope of what had happened. My mother had looked at me, her own daughter, and seen someone so fundamentally lacking that desperate measures were required to give me one night of normalcy. She'd looked at Marcus and seen the same thing. In her mind, we were both damaged enough that we should be grateful for whatever scraps of experience we could get, even if they came wrapped in pity and orchestrated by well-meaning adults. Prom night arrived, and I spent it exactly as I'd originally planned, at home in comfortable clothes, watching movies and eating takeout. Meanwhile, my phone buzzed with notifications from the social media posts my mother had apparently not canceled, despite my explicit request. Comments poured in about what a beautiful story this was, how inspiring we both were, and how sweet it was that we'd found each other. The irony wasn't lost on me. People were celebrating a love story that existed only in my mother's imagination and their own need to feel good about disability and difference. When my mother came home that night, she found me waiting in the living room. How was your evening? She asked, her voice carefully neutral. Peaceful, I replied. How was yours? Did you get all the social media engagement you were hoping for? She sighed, settling into her chair with the air of a martyr. You missed out on something really beautiful, sweetheart. That poor boy spent the evening alone. That poor boy spent the evening free from being a prop in your inspiration theater, I shot back, just like I did. Even now, years later, she occasionally brings it up. She frames it as my loss, my missed opportunity, my failure to embrace a beautiful moment. She never acknowledges that beauty built on manipulation and pity isn't beautiful at all. It's exploitation dressed up in good intentions. But I know the truth. That night, I didn't miss out on anything. I dodged a bullet. I chose dignity over performance, authenticity over applause. And sometimes the most beautiful moment is the one where you refuse to let others write your story for you. That's the whole story for today. Honestly, this daughter handled an impossible situation with more grace and wisdom than most adults would. She protected both herself and Marcus from being turned into inspiration porn. I'm giving this a solid 0 out of 10 Slytherins. She's a pure Hufflepuff who chose dignity over her mother's manipulation. Definitely not the jerk here. She made the right choice, and honestly, good for her. What do you think? Was she right to cancel everything, or should she have gone through with it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for listening to Thread Whispers. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible Reddit stories. Hope you enjoyed the ride. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to help me reach my first 1,000 subscribers. It really means a lot. And hey, if you're still craving more drama, mystery, or chaos, check out the next story right here on the screen. See you in the next one.